Hey guys, what's up? Lightboltjoe here. Today we're going to discuss the brand new 2018 comedy film. Oh my god, I'm losing my mind. Night School. Night School, that's what we're talking about. So the other day, my parents, my brother's girlfriend, who was my friend before they started dating, but it's besides the point. It's a Kevin Hart movie. It's a Kevin Hart, Tiffany Haddish movie. I love Tiffany. Tiffany is hysterical. Kevin Hart is hysterical, right? So it makes sense to put the two together. Movie was really good. Wasn't great. Wasn't fantastic. It was really good. It was like above middle. I'd give it like a 7 on a 1 to 10 scale. If I was like giving bolts. Remember back when I used to do bolt reviews? Review with bolts? It's kind of chilly out. The trailer gave us the story. Kevin Hart has a learning disability. Kevin Hart's character has a learning disability. He has to go to night school to complete a GED to get a new job, right? So then in the story of within the movie, we get more information of that he has this extremely successful designer fiance who he hasn't told her anything about him going to night school. She doesn't know that he needs his GED, that he didn't graduate high school. So it's this whole retaliation thing of Kevin Hart going to night school, which conveniently is the school that his ex-high school rival is now the principal of. Ben Schwartz is in it. And I can't think of anything else aside from him being John Ralphio and just like going like this and just saying something from Parks and Rec, John Ralphio, right? But Ben did a good job. So you have your ensemble cast, and it worked well together. One particular scene reminded me of Ant-Man and the Wasp. And remember back when we were talking about Ant-Man and the Wasp, that Luis was doing some remembrance thing with truth serum, and the scene went on and 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 on. And it was hysterical because it made sense. There are some times where certain scenes can go on for a very long time and be hilarious because it keeps going and it knows it keeps going and it's making fun of itself. But then there are other times where in certain Family Guy episodes, for instance, Seth is an amazing artist, creator, director, producer, philanthropist. Seth is an amazing person, right? But certain Family Guy episodes have these forever scenes that are unnecessary and become stupid. Whereas certain Family Guy episodes have forever scenes that are relevant and necessary, and it makes sense, and it's hysterical. So it's hit or miss when Seth MacFarlane makes, certain Family Guy episodes. With that Ant-Man and the Wasp scene, Marvel did a hysterical job doing that forever scene. There was a forever scene in this particular movie, that's why I'm talking about these forever scenes, that the very first introduction of all of the characters in the night school, and they do this forever scene, and it's hysterical because it keeps going on and on and on, and then this one woman is just like complaining about her life, and then she's like, no, but I'm super blessed. But it's funny. Now Kevin Hart can be over the top at times, Tiffany Haddish can be over the top at times, but the two of them toning down to like put realism into these characters, did not expect. I expected it to just be another fluff movie, but this movie tackles learning disabilities. Now, I don't have a learning disability, but I know people who have learning disabilities. My mother used to work in the special ed department in the middle school for a very long time. She was in 101 aid, so she is very familiar with learning disabilities. We have a bunch of friends' children with learning disabilities, right? Everyone knows someone with a learning disability. Now, everyone's way of learning is different than someone else's. So that's why it drives me crazy with this country's schooling system, because it just doesn't make sense. That's why we're not even in the top 10 for education within the world. But rant for another day. Tiffany Haddish's character is a teacher, and she is the first teacher to tell Kevin Hart, that she believes in him, that he can do this, he just has to focus. And Kevin Hart's character of Teddy realizes that she's the only teacher to ever tell him this 17 years after he was in high school, and that he appreciates it so much that she actually does believe in him, and he wants to work harder and he wants to focus because she believes in him, because he can now believe in himself because he has somebody else believing in him. And it was very important because everyone needs a champion. You can't do things by yourself. As much as people hope and dream to do things by themselves, You can't. You want to be a movie star? You can't do it by yourself. You need a manager. You need a publicist. You need an agent. You need a team of people to get you on a screen. It just does not happen by yourself. I know that very well. You want to be a musician. You want to be a music producer. You need a manager. You need an agent. You need a publicist. You need a producer. You need a studio to actually record these things. You need so many people. You need a team of people to do things. We're all in this together. Can't do things by yourself. Work together for the good of the whole, for the good of the colony, right? Keep up with the Bugs Life mantra. This movie was really good because it showed realism to learning disabilities, but it wasn't making fun of the disabilities themselves. It was laughing at the learning process of these particular character with this particular teacher. I thought that was really smart. That it wasn't calling someone a retard. It wasn't calling someone an autistic monster. None of those words were ever said and needed to be said because it wasn't about that. It wasn't about putting someone down. It was about coming together to make sure that Teddy got his GED. And he failed his test many times, but he kept doing it. He kept going on and on. He's like, yep, failed my test. I'm gonna get it next time. Oh, failed my test, but I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna pass. And then eventually when he passes it, I think they need, what were the numbers? He needs a 145 to pass, and he winds up eventually getting like a 178, which is the highest number out of all of them put together. And he's like, man, that's like college level. And Tiffany Haddish's character is like, yeah, it is, Teddy. You did it. Good job. It's great. It was a good, warm comedy that people with learning disabilities and people without learning disabilities should watch. And they're adult, youth, teen, tweens, 20s, every age. People over 60 really have no need for this movie because they're far from school. But hey, as long as you're happy, who am I to judge? As long as you're safe, happy, and healthy, who am I to judge? And on that note, mucho mahalo, guys.